Hey decampers, it's David here. Thank you so much for tuning into this STEM video on Topographic Maps. A topographic map is a map that uses contour lines to show the elevation and shapes of the Earth's surface. These contour lines are imaginary lines that share the same elevation that are above or below a certain measured surface. Usually, this common surface is called sea level and is represented by the number 0. You might be asking yourself, how does this relate to STEM? Engineers need to know the elevation of the ground before starting to build a project. It would be very difficult to try to construct a large building on a slanted surface. For this activity, we are going to need the map that we made in the outdoor living skills video called Map Making. If you haven't done that yet, please go watch that video to learn how to make your own map and some important features of the map that we're going to talk a bit more about in this video. What we are going to do today is take our pre-made map and add some more details to it, such as elevation, to make it a more realistic view of what we would be looking at in real life. Right now, our map has a lot of important details, such as landmarks and icons, but we can use topography to show our landscape a little bit better. So looking at my map here, we can see the two spots where I decided to show elevation. There's the little hill up top, and then there's Pleasant Lake on the right corner of the map. Normally, a topographic map will show the elevation of an entire map, but I decided to keep it easy to demonstrate, so we will only be looking at these two areas and their elevation and depth. When setting our contour lines, we want to make sure that they're darker than the background they're appearing on, so we can see them clearly. In this case, I've used a dark green for the hill's contour lines and a dark blue for the lakes. So now that I have the hill marked off, how will I know how tall it is? The answer is we need to set a scale with specific measurements. If you remember from the map making lesson, a scale lets us set a size that we can then scale up to show large areas on a smaller map. In the case of a topographic map, each contour line, in the case of the hill, it's the rings around it, is a set measurement. I set mine so that each ring represents 5 feet in elevation. You can see these different lines in this diagram right here. If we were to start at sea level, which is marked by 0, and then count up the rings, that would mean this hill would be 40 feet tall. Now that we've figured out the height of the hill, we are going to do a similar process to measure the depth of the lake. So instead of counting up and measuring the elevation, we are going to be going below sea level. So we will be going below 0, which means that we'll be entering negative numbers. So if sea level is set at 0, as we can see on this diagram, and we have 3 contour lines, each of them with measurements of 5 feet, that means we will have a total depth of minus 15 or negative 15. To show easy examples, my hill and lake had very even and consistent measurements, meaning that each time the measurement was always 5. But in some cases, engineers will have to measure uneven or bumpy terrain. In this case, they will not be able to use the same measurement every time, and will have to set different terrains for the different types of scales that they're using. You might also try to do this when you're making your topographic map to add on a bit more of a challenge. From all of us here at DCamps, thank you so much for watching this video on topographic maps. I encourage you to check out some of our other great STEM videos on our website, and I will see you all again soon. Have a great day.